Hi, it's Matt from the Rubik's Cube, and today I have an unboxing from Merge. So this is a little different than usual. Usually I'm unboxing physical puzzles, but today I'm actually unboxing a virtual puzzle, which sounds weird. You may have seen some videos out already about this. A company called Merge actually partnered with Rubik, and they produced a virtual reality cube. And so they got in contact with me and a bunch of other YouTubers and seeing if we wanted to test it on our channels, and I agreed because I thought this was something a little out of the ordinary. I'm interested to see what we got inside. So the little invoice that came with it said that there are goggles and the cube itself in here. So here's one and two. So that seems about right there. We have two packages inside here. This seems to be the Merge cube itself. And then over here we have the Merge goggles. I guess let's start off with the cube. This is an established company. They already produce toys, virtual reality toys. And then this is their first product that's related to cubing. So I think that's sort of cool that they reached out to the community to try to get it more recognizable within the cubing community. Alright, so here we are with the cube itself. And from what I understand, this has a pattern on it that's like recognized by the goggles or whatever, and that's what makes the virtual reality puzzle itself. Here we got a pretty cool sticker. I love stickers, so this is cool. And it's iridescent, like the light shines off it, pretty cool. So that's awesome. I will definitely be placing that somewhere. I don't know where yet. Alright, and here's the package itself. It seems like it comes with a little activation code that you plug into the app to get the cube started. But cube itself, it's actually interesting. It's like a Nerf ball almost. It's like foam, made out of foam, and it has these really cool designs on it. Anyway, putting that stuff aside, we're going to take a look at the goggles. Alright, so here are the goggles themselves. Something very interesting stands out right away, but I'll get to that in a second. It seems like this is a little cleaning pad with their logo on it, and then just an instruction guide. I'll definitely be reading these because I have no idea how to get this working. So what I wanted to get to here is that the same, I called it like a Nerf material, like the plush material that the cube is made out of. The goggles itself are actually that same material, which is pretty interesting. So you can see back here that we have sort of these lenses, and that's what you look through, and there's like a little slot on the top here where you just place your phone in, and then you take your goggles, you strap them on, I guess over the head like this. These are not adjusted for me, my head's too big. Let's see if I can adjust that. I always had trouble with like straps, but especially with like goggles and stuff like this, I never know which way to pull or whatever, but this seems very intuitive, which is good. It's like a Velcro system. You just un-Velcro it, and then you can push and pull whichever way you want, and then you can Velcro it back down. So I've just about maxed it out here. Yeah. So I guess I'd go something like this. I don't know if this looks futuristic or not, but there you go. So based off the information that they gave me, you can record about a minute of footage at a time from the goggles themselves. Other than that, you can record a device with the app turned on to see what a virtual reality, like what you would see if you put on the virtual reality goggles. So that's probably what I'm going to attempt to do to demonstrate how this works. Alright, so after some brief technical difficulties, we got the app reinstalled. We're going to open it up over here. So you can see Rubik's, this is an official Rubik's product. Yeah, and then we have the phone mode or the VR mode. We're going to do the phone mode right now. This is augmented reality versus virtual reality. So, as you can see, this is what it looks like. Pretty basic. Okay, so we got the percent complete up there for the cube, which is pretty cool. It tells you how close you are. We got the timer going. We're at 34 seconds currently. And then you can turn the puzzle with these arrows over here, like this. So that's pretty cool. Now, if I move this around really fast, you're going to see it doesn't pick it up. You got to keep it sort of still. And if you need to do any rotations, you got to do them sort of slowly. So you can see it's possible to do rotations and still see the whole puzzle if you do it slow enough, which is pretty cool. Another cool thing is if, depending on how you tilt your camera, see if I can get it to work. I'm just gonna tilt the cube for now. The arrows will switch faces. The way I was using this before is I would actually just tilt the camera. I don't know if it'll work. There we go. And then will change where your arrows appear. I'm not the biggest fan of virtual puzzles like this, but you can't deny that this augmented reality is pretty cool. The recording feature is if you hit this over here, you can hit record up top there. Alright, so that's my first solve right there. I'm testing out the recording feature. Getting used to it. It's pretty cool. As you can see, it goes in and out of recognizing the puzzle. Right now, it's not doing a good job of it. There it is. So yeah, the audio quality and the video quality isn't exactly that great. It's basically screen capping what I'm seeing, but you get the idea, and that was an awful solve. And yeah, that's what it looks like. So that's the AR, and hopefully before the battery on my phone that I'm recording with right now dies, we'll get an opportunity to take a look at the VR, the virtual reality. Okay, so I got the app open, and this time instead of going into AR mode, the phone mode like I clicked before, I'm gonna try out the VR mode and put it in the goggles over here, and we'll see how that works. This probably looks really stupid. And now I can look at the cube through here. There we go. Okay, it's really blurry. I can't even see anything. I can see the cube, but it's like very blurry. And I'm not sure how I'm supposed to control this. I'm supposed to like poke at things. I have no idea. Oh, okay. I'm starting to see something. So there's a little cursor in the middle of my screen. Aha, okay. That's interesting. So I just figured out how to do it. There are these little buttons on top, and I figured out that every time this cursor in the VR headset goes over an arrow, it highlights the arrow red. So if you highlight over an arrow and then hit the button, it turns the puzzle. Which is cool and all, but I still have a big problem. I need to figure out how to make this not blurry because I literally can't see the time, the percentage. It's just all super blurred out. So this is a start, certainly. It is a bit awkward to like stand there like this. I'm sure I look pretty stupid too, but it works. I just don't know why it's so blurry. So maybe there's an adjustment thing if I turn this, like to focus it in. No? Maybe that's something I'm gonna have to look into, but I can't figure out how to adjust it, so it's gonna stay blurry like this, I guess. Alright, so I am back with some final thoughts on the Merge Cube and Merge goggles. It's been about a week since I've unboxed them, and I've had the opportunity to read the manual, sit down, play with it a little bit. I brought it to a New York City competition and used it there. So it turns out I had a few misunderstandings in the beginning. So the first thing I want to say is that the blurriness I was experiencing with the goggles in the beginning, completely user error, not anything wrong with the goggles. This is a lesson that you should learn. Read the instructions first. So something I didn't realize is that there are these little buttons on top here, and the issue is not how close or far away the lens was to my face. It's actually how far apart they were from each other. So they were a little too close, and that's why everything seemed blurry. And so all you have to do is just hold them down like this, and you can adjust where the lenses are, and you can perfectly focus it. So yeah, no issue with the blurriness at all from the goggles. The goggles work great. It's pretty intuitive to use the app. As I mentioned with the AR version, I showed you holding it in front with the arrows. You open that up the first time, you know what you're supposed to be doing. Putting the goggles on for the first time, I did not know what to do. And you can see me struggling with that. And I think that's one thing they can improve on. I didn't understand at first that this is a button you can click. And what you're supposed to do is go like this and click on the arrows like that. And overall, that's a really clunky mechanism for the cube to function with. I understand that there's not really a better method to do it at the moment. Hopefully with some technological improvements over time, they can figure out a way to do hand gestures. But that's not going to be precise enough as it is right now. You don't know what side you're going to be turning. It's not going to work well. So for right now, this is the best solution that they can probably come up with, and it works. It definitely does. It's just not the best. And I'm not a person who likes virtual cubes to begin with. I'm not very good at them. I've done 2 solves on the Merge Cube. One was over 200 moves, and it was 12 minutes at the New York City competition. And then the other one was on screen. That was a 178 move, 8-minute solve. I'm very bad at virtual puzzles because I need a physical thing in my hands. You know, we're not at the point where you have a physical puzzle that can feel like we're turning when it's virtual. But for what we have right now, this functions very well. I will say a few things. These are both built very nicely. I assumed any sort of virtual reality thing would be pretty expensive. These goggles are $30, and you can find this cube for $15 retail or even cheaper online. And I did not expect that. I thought, honestly, this was going to be over $100 just because it's built very, very well. And I understand that's foam and everything, but I think that's a benefit, actually. It could help with the durability, and to be honest, this is a product for kids. They can't break foam, so, you know, I think that's a good design choice. It lowers the price, it makes it more affordable, and it's comfortable as well. Now, getting back to what I said before, the purpose of this, really, it's a toy. You're not going to use it for anything else. And for that purpose, for being a toy, it does an incredible job. It's super fun to play with. It's awesome, both the virtual reality and the augmented reality. It works well. You know, it's fully functional, and I think this is the best product we've seen out there, virtual reality-wise, for puzzles or just online puzzles in general. And yeah, those are my thoughts for it. I'm very glad that I was able to try this out. So a very big thank you to Merge for sending this to me. If you have any younger cubers, this is like a perfect gift. It's super cool, the virtual reality, and plus, it doesn't just function as a cube also. You can get the app and play a bunch of other games. A lot of the other stuff that Merge does isn't just for toys. I've seen a bunch of pretty cool videos online about you know, more educational purposes for the Merge Cube. So beyond the cube, it has other purposes than just being a toy. So those are my full thoughts on the Merge Cube. I'll put links down below where you can check out more videos, where you can purchase this stuff. And yeah, that's about it for this one. Big thank you to Merge once again, and thank you for watching.